What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a fantastic day. To kick us off in today's video, we have some interesting tweet. It comes to us from Stellar Ripple. XRP is up to 50 cents. And guys, you know what's coming. If you miss this bullish trend, don't say that we didn't give you the heads up. Anyway, let's roll that intro and get started with today's video. As always, welcome to Money Side, your favorite crypto channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get updates when we drop new videos. Don't forget to smash that like button, and you can always leave a comment or a question in the section below.
Here's my take. The most interesting outcome of the three-day summit between Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping got limited media attention. Describing their talks, Putin said, "We are in favor of using the Chinese yuan for settlements between Russia and the countries of Asia, Africa, and Latin America." So, the world's second largest economy and its largest energy exporter are together actively trying to dent the dollar's dominance as the anchor of the international financial system. Will they succeed? The dollar is America's last surviving superpower. It gives Washington unrivaled economic and political muscle. It can slap sanctions on countries unilaterally, which frees that country out of large parts of the world economy. And Washington can spend freely, certain that its debt will be bought up by the rest of the world. The war against Ukraine, combined with Washington's increasingly confrontational approach to China, have created a perfect storm in which both Russia and China are accelerating efforts to diversify away from the dollar. Their central banks are keeping less of their reserves in dollars, and most trade between them is being settled in the yuan. They are also making efforts to get other countries to follow suit. The Biden administration has handled the economic war against Russia extremely effectively by building a coalition of almost all the world's advanced economies. That makes it hard to escape from the dollar into other highly valued stable currencies like the euro or the pound or the Canadian dollar, because those countries are also warring with Russia. What might have been a sharper turning point for the dollar's role was Donald Trump's decision in May 2018 to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. The European Union was strenuously opposed to this move, but it watched as the dollar's dominance meant that Iran was immediately excluded from the world economy. Jean-Claude Juncker, then president of the European Commission, proposed enhancing the euro's role internationally to shield the continent from what he called selfish unilateralism. The Commission outlined a path to achieve this. It hasn't happened. There remain too many fundamental doubts about the future of the euro itself. Dollar dominance is firmly entrenched for many good reasons. A globalized economy needs a single currency for ease and efficiency. The dollar is stable. You can buy and sell it any time, and it's governed largely by the market and not the whims of a government. That's why China's efforts to expand the yuan's role internationally have not worked. Ironically, if Xi Jinping wanted to cause the greatest pain to America, he would liberalize his financial sector and make the yuan a true competitor to the dollar. But that would take him in the direction of markets and openness that is the opposite of his current domestic goals. All that said, Washington's weaponizing of the dollar over the last decade has led many important countries to search for ways to make sure that they do not become the next Russia. The numbers are revealing. The share of dollars in global central bank reserves has dropped from roughly 70% 20 years ago to less than 60% today and falling steadily. The Europeans and the Chinese are trying to build international payment systems outside the dollar-dominated SWIFT. Saudi Arabia has flirted with the idea of pricing its oil in yuan. India is settling most of its oil purchases from Russia in non-dollar currencies. Digital currencies might be another alternative, and in fact, China's central bank has created one. All of these alternatives add costs. But the last few years should have taught us that increasingly nations are willing to pay a price when they want political goals to trump economic ones. We keep searching for the single replacement for the dollar, and there will not be one. But could the currency suffer weakness by 1,000 cuts? That seems a more likely scenario. The author and investor Ruchir Sharma points out, Right now, for the first time in my memory, we have an international financial crisis in which the dollar has been weakening rather than strengthening. I wonder if this is a sign of things to come. If it is, Americans should worry. I spoke last week about the bad geopolitical habits Washington has developed because of its unrivaled unipolar status. It's even more true economically. America's politicians have gotten very used to spending seemingly without any concern about deficits. Public debt in America has risen almost fivefold, from roughly $6.5 trillion 20 years ago to $31.5 trillion today. The Fed has solved a series of financial crises by massively expanding its balance sheet almost 12-fold, from around $730 billion 20 years ago to about $8.7 trillion today. All of this only works because of the dollar's unique status. If that were to wane, America will face a reckoning like none before.
Right now, the world is ditching the dollar, and that could really hurt its stand as the world reserve currency.
This sort of misunderstanding of capital buffers, I mean, we've heard this multiple times over the past few weeks of turmoil, right? What's the situation when it comes to Schwab's business?
Yes, Heidi, good to talk to you. We looked at the balance sheet, and what we saw is that Schwab has a lot of its revenue that's coming via net interest margin. So when you look at what Schwab's revenue looked like last year, 50% of it was from net interest revenue. And so that means that in essence, they're not just a brokerage, they're a bank. Unfortunately, a lot of those assets are very low yielding. They're long dated mortgage-backed securities, treasury securities, and according to their 10K filing, the average yield for their entire source of assets is 2%. And that's very low. That's only doable in a zero interest rate environment because they're able to pay their bank deposits such low interest. And so we're at a point now where there is the potential for those deposits to leave and also for Charles Schwab to have a margin squeeze as a result of that.
Okay, so this is the kind of, hidden under the surface, you see who's naked when the tide goes out kind of story. But Charles Schwab has such a strong reputation. And what would cause a run, quote unquote, on them?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing that's causing a run on all of these banks. It's the fact that they're not paying enough interest in terms of the deposit, that there are other places you can go. You can go to money market accounts. You can go to many different places in order to get your yield. And so as a result of that, now that we're in a different interest rate environment, Schwab is either going to have to let some of those accounts go, or they're going to have to probably lift the yield that they're supplying for the sweep. That is that every account that has cash in it goes into a sweep, and that money is being paid interest. If people have tens of thousands of dollars left in their Schwab account and they're getting no interest on that money, they're more likely to put that into a money market account that will pay them 3-4% interest.
The banking system is on the brink of collapse, and chances are the whole world will be running towards crypto for a solution. The unfortunate part is that most people are going to go for Bitcoin, which is the worst option you can ever take in the crypto world. When it comes to crypto, Bitcoin is just another version of a glorified gold. The coin has no real value and could likely go to zero at any moment. That means if you don't know what you're doing in the crypto world, you could easily lose your entire investment. Take your time and identify cryptos that have value in the real world. XRP is the best option when you think about it that way. This currency was the third largest crypto before the lawsuit and could likely be the next largest cryptocurrency once the lawsuit is over. We all need to better understand the crypto market if we don't want to lose money. Most analysts believe that XRP has started its bullish run, which it's already happening. All we have to do is ensure we are in the right place. But the majority of people are only concentrated on Bitcoin, which could be the source of their demise. That's because XRP will replace Bitcoin in the next few months, and that's so convenient since the dollar is on the verge of collapse. If Putin goes on with his move to replace the dollar with other currencies, we could be seeing the start of a new world reserve currency. The best option is to invest in cryptos that are impervious to the economic meltdown that will happen when the dollar goes down. And that's XRP. This is the perfect bridge currency and could potentially become the king of all cryptos. More importantly, it has the best deal for banks, giving them on-demand liquidity, and the best deal for cross-border payments. What more could you ask for? Chances are this crypto could soon go all the way to $50 in a matter of weeks. If you have XRP in your wallet, this is the best time to hold before this coin goes straight to the moon. So, how many XRP do you have in your wallet today? Comment in the section below. As always, do your own research and always trade safely. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed when we drop new video. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.